Good day, Grand Rising, and welcome to the primetime edition of Good Morning from Africatown, Los Angeles morning radio show. You are here with the queens of queens having this conversation about life, real talk, real life, real solutions. We're tackling the conversation about the Black community, the Black American community, continuing to be aligned with the Democratic Party. So make sure you all subscribe, like, and share. Stay tuned for an amazing conversation.
Warning, the following program contains strong Black first opinions about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissies.
Grand Rising All, you are listening to the one and only, the one or none. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
All right, welcome. Again, you are here with the queens of the United Empires of Akibalon, the Good Morning from Africatown, Los Angeles morning radio show. I'm super excited because I've been missing these queens. I missed the conversation the other day. So if you did not tune into that, make sure you go ahead and listen to that broadcast every day with our queens here. Amazing conversation. So tonight we have, of course, Queen Tina Berry with Straight No Chaser with the Queen. We have Queen Kathy B in the house. We have Black Love 17 in the house. So we want you all to come on in with us, have this conversation, and give your feedback, engage, and let's grow together. We always love positive conversations, but we keep it real, right? And we are always raw and no nonsense. Even though I've been said to be the devil's advocate on that kumbaya nonsense, but I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to make some sense in this nonsense. So we're gonna have the conversation. Let's dive right in.
It's okay, Queen. We always need balance. Someone needs to always be nice.
I'll be trying. I'll be trying. So yeah, we're talking about this conversation. And when we have our conversations here, we love interacting with one another, but we do want to hear your feedback, your engagement, your boots on the ground solution. So I know we hit on topics, and they're similar topics because these conversations make sense. And like I had a conversation with the queens and our kings of the United Empires of Akiba, and I would say, well, didn't we just talk about this? Didn't we just do this topic? And like Queen Tina Berry said, yeah, but it has to horn in. We have to make it stick. So we're talking about this conversation with the Democrats and the Black community. I personally vote how you think, how you want to think, do what you want to do. But if it doesn't make any rhyme or reason, you don't have to answer to us, but you should be accountable for how you think and move. So we're going to talk about it. I know we have, a lot of the Black community is ride or die with the Democratic Party. Yeah.
Say
it again, Queen.
Democrats.
Yeah. So,
Democrat. But why did we get this topic? Because we're talking about the Lewis kids saying why they're not going to vote. But when we said that we weren't going to vote one time, everybody had an uproar. The Democrats, you got to vote for somebody. But they're saying that they're not going to vote. And it's not because the Democrats are not doing nothing for us in America. They're saying that they're not going to vote because they're not going to vote for Trump. At least they don't, it just shows how you don't do research. Because Trump has done more for Black people than any other presidents. And then they say they're not going to vote because Biden is doing the genocide over in for the Palestinians, which I don't agree with the war, but That's their only reason of not voting Democrat.
Here's my thing.
It's not surprising.
I mean, and I had that whole concept of holding my vote and encouraging people to do the same a few years ago. You know, demanding something. You know, making holding people accountable in office in government. But here's the thing: all because you hold your vote. First of all, when it comes to the presidential elections, you know, if you know anything about the electoral college, then I don't even know why we're having this conversation. We need to have a conversation about why it's rigged from the get-go. But we're arguing back and forth as far as what our ancestors fought for or didn't fight for. But you're not fighting for anything now. So your ancestors are irrelevant, no disrespect, because you're not carrying on that call to duty. So that's just a lame excuse for why you just don't want to or you don't care. And you can say that. You know, for me, I think, and it's so weird because as a nurse, I don't talk about religion and politics with my patients or clients. They bring that kind of stuff up. And it's always non-melanated patients. And when I respond the way I respond, you know, they look confused as all get up and go. What do you mean you're not voting for Biden? What do you mean? They look like you're black, you're supposed to. Why?
Do what you told, Angie.
Exactly. Right. But when
Yeah,
they
are
you know, why would you
us voting that way, and they just assume.
But they're broke. If I was doing some research, and if you look at the Democratic states,
Y'all ain't black if y'all ain't voting for Biden. That's just all it had to say.
You said what, Queen?
Y'all ain't black if you ain't voting for Biden. You
That's
ain't
what he
black if you
told
ain't
us.
voting Democrat because you're supposed to be a follower and not a leader. You're not supposed to think for yourself. That's why they want you to vote Democrat.
I'm voting for the black guy.
Who?
What do you mean who? Cornel West.
Everybody don't know. I said who because everybody don't know.
He's
All they
voting.
see is
He's
all they see is
independent.
Trump and Biden. Nobody knows who else is running.
They
And
know
they're
Robert
really
Kennedy is
irrelevant.
running. Robert Kennedy is
They
independent.
don't care.
Cornel West is independent.
They don't
I ain't
care.
even heard from Cornel West. I mean, I seen
No,
more about him before I heard he was running for president. What he
that's
doing?
true. He's not doing anything. Nobody's going to do anything for us. My opinion is always to thumb your nose at them, poke them in the eye. If millions of people vote for the black man and the black man wins, what they gonna do? But be pissed off. That's where I'm at. But nobody thinks like I do.
Excuse
So
me.
on
What did you
on
say
with the
about
conversation.
What did you say about Obama? What did you say about Obama?
What he say? What he say?
What did you say? You know, but it's okay for him not to do nothing for nobody because he was the first
But
black.
he
Why?
was black. Yeah.
But he
We
wasn't the
chill.
first black though.
I don't even
So
consider him a black president, but y'all go ahead.
he black
Hello.
looking.
My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're cool. This is a,
I
I
just
don't
I
know.
just want to upset the apple cart. That's all I'm here for.
I feel like I'm a casualty in your aggression, Queen Lynn. Don't
Sorry
do it.
about that.
No, I'm just joking. No, so
In the long run, nobody's going to do anything for the black community. They're all going to serve their own interests. And somebody said, well, he's a socialist, you know. But in my mind, isn't Cuba socialist? And isn't that a chicken in every pot? Wouldn't we want to go that route? I'm only doing it. I have no idea what his views are. He's not, what's the thing we just talked about when you're married to a white person? You can't be, he's not pro black because he's married white. I only want them to shut everything down. You don't want Biden or Trump? Vote for the black guy.
it ain't gonna happen. So what do? Do you vote one in and one out? Do you vote to get one out or one in? You know, do you say you want to vote for Trump to get Biden out? You said like, why are you doing this?
I think they're forcing our hand to vote either. So my thing is, why is that our only choices?
This is where I come in. This is what I'm saying. Stop the nonsense. Get off the hamster wheel. Vote for the black guy.
Man, that's that. No, let me tell you
But we
something.
did that with Obama.
It's not
No,
gonna.
this is something totally different. This is a different thing. This
I don't
Obama
know.
was a waste of time. But vote for we know he's not going to do anything for you. We're only voting for him to shut everything down with the Trump Biden
No,
nonsense.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think that he's going to get enough votes. I don't care who's independent. They're not going to get enough votes. So now we're going to waste votes, not necessarily getting somebody in, but getting somebody out. Read between the lines. Duh, duh, duh. Like I don't understand the mindset when it comes to the Democratic Party. For me, the argument about Joe Biden being a racist is null and void. Like he is demented, ladies and gentlemen. So you're telling me that this government that works for the people, not should not, would rather have a demented goofball in charge? It shows that he's not in charge. I'll work with demented people. You're not in charge. So what does that say about your government? That's just weird to me. It just shows a lack of knowledge and wisdom and practical thinking. Really, it does. Well, what about what Trump said? What did he say? Are you talking about the grab him by the pussy thing? Who ain't said that? I know females have said that. I'm confused. I know
I
he
heard
also
him say that
said
earlier.
that when it comes to black people and Indians, this shit ain't the same. These so-called Indians ain't
He,
Indians to me.
he said that.
Or to that's what he said.
Yep. He
That
definitely
so
said
That's why
that.
they mad with him. They are mad with
yeah,
him because he's telling
Mhm.
the truth. They are mad with him because it matches him just being him. Being as they say, big mouth as he is, just like he said, they don't look like the Indians I know because they don't look like the Indians that we were calling ourselves. And then you got Dane Calloway out here that can match paperwork. Why are we the only people that was beat or killed if we read or anything? Because you would read that they keep renaming us and stuff. They don't want us to claim our own land and heritage, and they want to keep putting rulers over our land over us. Period. We are nationalists. That's why people don't want us to be nationalists because we will pull out this game of corporation, but they make sure we don't understand that kind of thing. They make sure we don't understand what's happening to us. And we have those sellout Joe Biden, Democrat loving people like these black people in the video on Instagram. They're mad because why do we always have to push our emotions and cry for others? Oh, what they're doing is genocide all over there. What is happening to black people in America every day is genocide, but it's not called
Exactly.
genocide by white people. So they're wanting to say, well, I don't want to deal with Joe Biden because of genocide. Well, why won't you just not deal with him because of the mass incarceration or the crime bill that he helped put together? Why were you
Exactly.
not dealing with him when he said it was enough NIGGAs in power? There's a history, but they wiped that from the internet. There's a history in with Joe Biden standing on the congressional floor talking about black people. We're super predators. Him and Hillary. He didn't want his children um going to school with animals and stuff like. That's no
he called
reason.
them
That's
roaches.
not the reason that
Were
they
the
don't want
roaches?
to.
No, there were roaches in the pool. There were roaches in the pool. What were they in schools?
Yeah,
He
no,
called
he
it
said he didn't
roaches,
want his kids going to school with animals or whatever.
He didn't want them
Like Joe
he
Biden
also
growing
was.
up in
called
the
us
concrete
roaches.
jungle.
He also called us roaches. So I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
confused.
so
What
many.
you are?
There's so many derogatory terms he's used, but that wasn't enough for these young black people. Is no the genocide in Palestinian. How do you have a heart for a person you never met? They don't walk the same streets with you, but you don't have the heart to not vote because they not doing anything for us. It's so ridiculous how brainwashed that black people are to forget their own struggles and ignore what's going on and blame each other, and we blame black people. Everybody in the world blames black people for being ghetto, but yet America and the system of America made us ghetto. and that is on the backs of Democrats.
I don't know about
When
y'all,
you
but I ain't ghetto.
mention
I ain't
when you
ghetto.
mentioned moving away from the parties altogether, that would be one reason that you vote in the black guy. Then you leave it alone. Let them blow up on their own. I'm gonna stick to what I say. If I'm gonna say it long enough, maybe people will listen, and millions of people will vote for the black man, and we will see what happens.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna
Like,
keep hope
so
alive.
what happens? So let me ask you a question. If you cast your vote for the black guy, quote unquote, like with some understanding that like that handful of independents or whatnot are not going to go full term. If that's the case, then who would you vote for? Because with the lesser of two evils, like until we can be honest with things, like it's not going to make a difference. Again, with the electoral college, if you don't understand that, please do your research. Your vote does not matter. It matters more so in local, elections, because those local people wind up as these shit ass leaders of this country. So, and when it comes to presidential elections, it doesn't matter. So when it comes to Donald Trump and this whole legal battle, don't you all find it weird that they censored with social media of all things the leader of the free world? He was censored. What does that mean for us on this platform, for those listening? That's the point. He was censored because he called these politicians perverts and pedophiles and corrupt. Ain't that weird? Don't you find it weird where we're watching this whole court case, roll out? Stormy Daniels, people didn't even know her name. A lot of people didn't before this situation, and she's a whole porn star.
Exactly. Why everybody cheering for a porn girl to get justice, but yet they don't care about how many black kids and people are still being shot down and being killed by police. They don't care. Trump is an example of how white society, of how America, because it's not just white people, it's black people, just like these black people telling us to vote for Trump, how America's system works against anyone who tells the truth. And Trump should be an example to black people of how they get together. They hitting him with every lawsuit. Why? Because they're trying to do what? Break him, make him broke so that he will not be able to fight or not be able to move around America. That's what they did to the whole black race.
And you
They
know what he
made
said
sure
though?
that we didn't have any money. So they're hitting him with all these lawsuits so he can't have money. They have done, like Pablo always said, they have used military tactics against the black race so much. Now they have practiced where they have perfected it, and they're using that same tactic on their own people. Anybody that goes against the system was built to keep black people under, because black people is the designated underclass and the $1 trillion spending class where they stay rich. And anybody that comes to disrupt their little dreams is an enemy to America.
So the only reason why we're the underclass is not because we don't have any class or any, wherewithal. It's because our compassion and our forgiveness and our leniency. You know what I'm saying? Don't you find it strange? I'm gonna say it, and please don't block nobody over here, because if y'all do, you're whack as fuck. Excuse my language. But don't you find it strange where we can say Jew all day long, but right now we can't? Why? The use. So now I'm supposed to act like I'm
Small hats.
illiterate.
We got to think of ways to call them, because they're a designated class of white people who have designated themselves as Jews. Black
They
people were the
designated
first people on the
themselves.
planet. It shows proof. That's why Putin put out who Jesus was, and we are called anti-Semitic or whatever if we claim to be Jews. They made every black man that said anything apologize to Jews. It's just like they have came and cloned themselves in every aspect of our lives so that
Not
they
just
can have a
black
life
men.
and we don't.
It's not just black people. It's everybody. Everybody. They advertise the apologies from black people, but it's everybody. Have you all seen the commercials with the Jewish women? There's a commercial like the poor, impoverished people. It's a Jewish commercial. I think it's like a Jew. What is it? I don't remember what the website is, but they're showing older, quote unquote, Jewish women struggling, hungry, homeless. Don't you find that strange?
That's
If
real
you run
strange.
the world, isn't that
That's
strange when
weird.
you ain't helping your own people? Like,
Oof.
I don't understand that. And somebody's gonna give money. Somebody gives money to save the whales, save the dogs, save the polar bears, but you won't check on your neighbor. You won't check on the people you're connected with. I don't
Yeah.
understand that. I don't know what we want. People like that shit. I don't love it. I don't no, none of that. If you like it, I love it. No, there's something wrong with you. I'm saying right now, it would be cool to see Cornell West. It ain't gonna happen. So what are you gonna do? Do you want the real question is, do you want Joe, crooked ass Joe, Jim Crow Joe, or Trump grabbing him by the pussy and not being a puppeteer for somebody else? I'm gonna choose Trump.
In the comment section, I asked people if they want to continue to vote Biden. That means that they are for 6-year-olds being taught anal sex in public schools. And they look at me like I'm crazy. That's what's going on now. That will
Yeah.
continue to go on under Biden. So if that's
Yeah.
what you're for, just say you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
And how
Because it's
about this?
gotten
Like,
a lot
there's
worse.
videos of him touching on little girls, little girls in front of their parents.
Sniffing
That's
their
some
hair.
weird ass shit.
Yep.
Why between him and Kamala Harris? Why are black people still incarcerated for petty ass weed charges? I'll tell you why. Because Kamala Harris said they need the free labor. So I'm very confused. It doesn't make any sense at all. Y'all are not making no sense. And when you ask me who I'm voting for, I'm voting in my interest. I'm with Dave Chappelle. I need my taxes, my checking and savings to make sense.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. That's all it boils down to. And anybody that's mad or disgruntled on any side, what you doing? With the United Empires of Akibalan, we have established a micronation. We're building that, and it takes work. It took work for this country to be reckless and ruthless like they are. Patience is a virtue. It really is. It takes time, and it's not for the faint at heart. What we do here with the United Empires of Akibalan, we are super busy. Queen Tina's working right now. Kathy B's probably working right now.
I'm
Queen
off
Lynn,
right
she got her grandchildren. She's involving her family. Muz was looking like, what are you doing and why? Make it make sense. It does make sense to me.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to entertain y'all. Like, why? Oh, I'm trying to use bad words. Why are you so cognitively delayed? What is going on in your head where you are enslaved? If you have an issue with slavery and bondage, you should really evaluate why you're voting the way you vote. If you do your research, most Democratic states, they're the ones that have the highest rates of homicide, poor education, poor reading levels, poor graduation levels, all that stuff.
The
Do
most
your
migrants
research.
right now.
You said what, Queen?
They have the most migrants right now.
Because people keep listening to stupid stuff. Stop immigration because they're taking our jobs. What jobs? I ain't picking. I'm not picking no grapes. But I need somebody to do that. So high five to you. If you want to come over and be abused and misused, because that's what they're doing, I would think that your circumstances warrant that. Mine does not. And that's why I play devil's advocate. Now, that's why I look like, the kumbaya kind of person, because for me, and I don't dismiss or discredit anybody that's had situations, but for me, I don't deal with racism. deal with that. And for me, it's a choice. If I don't get a job, if I don't, move up, I'm not gonna be like, well, it's because I'm black. No, I don't care nothing about that. I move how I move, and you will respect that. We move on this platform. We move how we move. You will respect that. Period. Point blank. It's not being cocky, but I find it really strange. Kanye West, everybody was mad at him. He's saying he's a god. He says he's a god, lowercase g. But all of y'all are subscribers to Christianity, but you act like demons and devils. You ain't godlike. But when this man says he's godlike, let's call him crazy. Let's call him destructive. Let's call him. Okay. But you don't have an ounce of God-like in you, Christ-like in you. We move how we move and we get results. It takes work, and sometimes it just be too much. Because it's a value when we have conversations and people can connect and network and grow, support, and empower one another. We always talk about with the United Press of Keeblon, like, we don't care what your affiliation is, your clique, your cult, whatever it is. If you about the right, let's get about the right together. Keep that nonsense, and that should not be no shade. Who has time for nonsense and shenanigans? I don't.
Not me.
So just do what you told. But somebody always has something to say about something. Yeah, get out of here. For me, you can't stop me. I do what I want to do. I've earned that. You reap what you sow. I've put in. So y'all are acting crazy. I don't know why you feel like you lack things, why you can't have things. I don't know the man. If you find them, let me know and I'll talk to him for you, because you sound like you're not equipped. But why don't you want better? Why do you keep letting somebody tell you what to do and you're so mad about slavery, but you are actually enslaved? You don't feel like that because you're not behind bars or in a cage, but you're enslaved. Your mindset sucks and you're not smart. And I'm really trying not to call people the R word, but you're slow. You're slow and you're ignorant. And you're a danger to society. I'm just saying.
So where are we going to be led, people? Where is this leading us?
What we need to be led is away from the Democratic, the chain gang. That's what we need to go. We need to run far from it, and our people need to worry about our people.
Some people like that, though. Some people are not. Some people, let's just be honest, people are comfortable in their mess, in their destruction, in their chaos. They are. I know what you told me is right. I looked at United Press of Keeblon. That makes sense, but it's just too much for me to grasp. I just can't change my mindset. I'm more comfortable being bamboozled. Cool beans.
All I got to say is when we set up, y'all ain't coming in. If you didn't come in with us, you staying out. You're not welcome here. Get it together.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that was Queen Lynn saying that. Queen Lynn is armed and ready. I thought I was badass. She shuts me down real quick. You better take heed.
Sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to let them know.
No, that's real talk.
If they're not ready, don't be ready. Stay where you at. Stay in your whatever. But yeah, we don't have time for this. But where's this going to leave us? Trump said if he doesn't win, it's going to be a war. But they didn't let him finish talking. It's going to be a war he talked about on companies, I think, because the way that chicken Tyson got rid of all the Americans and got the illegals in. So he's basically saying that companies are going to be going to war if he doesn't win. I don't follow all that stuff to know what's happening with different companies, other than the fact that lots of places are being burned down, meat companies are being burned down, animals are being burned up.
Yep.
A lot is going on, but I don't follow
the corporations against Trump doing all that. That's the
but they've
corporations
been doing
against
that,
Trump.
though. They've been doing
crazy.
that. So if you're listening to us right now with the United Empires of Keeblon, and we say, if you don't vote or if you don't do XYZ, then there's going to be an issue. If one of us say that, and you wind up going somewhere and burning something down and doing some weird shit, why would I be responsible for that? That's your thinking. So why is he on trial? You see, that is so distorted. We don't read. We don't know our history. There's no reason why you can't find information anymore on Google. There's
Yeah,
no
but a lot
reason.
of Democratic people voting are older Black Americans, and all they got to hear is Trump said it's going to be a war, and they said, "Let me vote for Biden because I don't want a war." They only hear part of it, not listen to the rest because they're old. I'm not a part of that clique though.
But we're engaged in warfare because we're spending our tax dollars in Ukraine and Israel. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what people are thinking. Like, why can I not find a road where I'm not busting up my tires on potholes? But you got all the money in the world for Ukraine. They ain't got money for us, and we're in debt. Like, these are basic things. It's not adding up to anybody. Very, very basic. So
It's
white men can
basic.
say that women can't have abortions.
Ooh.
Now the new thing is in Alabama, you
Mm-mm.
can't have frozen embryos because that's
What?
intervention. Oh yeah, they're just like, yeah, in Alabama, if you have a frozen embryo, it's like it's a responsibility of life. So I can't have children, and now I'm going through this process to freeze my eggs, and now you're telling me that I'm violating human rights. What's wrong with you? But y'all are sitting here incest, sleeping with kids, young adults, and making laws to do so. And this is what we're talking about. Frozen embryos. You stop it. Y'all stop it right now. The Democratic Party is more concerned about you leaving your damn dog in the car in the summertime than you leaving your kids at home in the nighttime.
The Democratic Party is more concerned if you're helping them pay to bomb, helping them pay Israel to bomb each other. And then I don't know if you know this, that I seen an article where they confiscated guns from the Mexican cartel, and guess who they gave it to? The Palestinians. So we are in a country that's ran by a
What?
country. Yes. And
Wow.
we are in a country that's ran by the same people who funds both sides of the war.
The
We really
Rockefellers,
need to
say
do
it. The
our.
Rockefellers.
It's not just the Rockefellers. It's just like 8 families of them. We really have to do our research and trace the money. We've always looking and talking, but it's really time for us to trace the money. You know what I'm saying? And see where the money is going. And that's
It
not a
is.
smoke alarm beeping. That's the microwave.
Ah. What are you cooking, Queen?
I'm at the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Always
I'm
work.
at the restaurant. It's a bean sauce. It's a Caribbean bean sauce that she has with some rice, and we just started with the smoked turkey legs.
Send me some, please.
Right?
I will.
It is sounding yummy.
Look. Oh, well, she done gave me baked beans. Oh Lord, she always sending points or something. Here's my turkey leg, and here I am.
Oh my. Ooh.
Hey.
You always feeds my soul with that food. Oh my gosh. Hmm. So yeah, we need to think about those things. What is your best interest? You know, and let me ask you all something. So when it comes to the two parties, the Republicans want to keep their shit. I don't know about you all. I'm always open to helping and serving and elevating, empowering, all that stuff. But I work hard. I know people that don't want to do nothing. I don't want to keep working and busting my butt
Oh
to
Lord.
support you not doing your part. I don't know. I don't feel like the Democratic Party It is. I don't. They're raggedy. They're raggedy. They're
You see,
reckless.
Trump is coming up with Ice Cube's plan too. He got the platinum plan for America. He's talking about. I didn't watch the video, but it said that he has the platinum plan for America. I probably watched a minute of
Oh,
it. Trump,
oh
he's
yeah,
got
he had a
something.
plan for Black America. He had a plan, and everybody like, we're happy to see his plan. You hear him? He was going to do a lot of stuff, but and people like, well, what did he do? Y'all didn't give him a chance because remember, y'all still
Mm,
voted Biden in, and that's what they don't like.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like people don't think somebody's doing something because you don't pay attention. He's paroled a whole lot of people, pardoned a whole lot of people, whole lot of black people. But you don't know that. You don't know what Obama's done. He's pardoned a lot of ratchet people. Same with Clinton. All of them. We like to nitpick on the negative and dismiss the positive. How far does somebody have to go for your approval? I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for anybody else on here. I feel like I want to, but I ain't looking for your approval. I would like your collaboration, your alignment, your networking. I'm not looking for nobody's approval, and that's the problem. Somebody's always judging somebody. Mind your business, but you don't have no business, and that's why we're so busy scrambling around, arguing back and forth about these politicians. It's kind of like if me and my husband are married, we have children, and him and I getting into a tussle, argument, dispute, whatever, and we're like, screw it. We're not going to take care of these kids. We're going to cut the kids off. That's what's going in politics. How do you shut the government down? Because two parties can't agree. Don't y'all both work on the employment of the people? But they don't act like that because we don't hold them to that.
that's true. That is true.
So what do? Again,
You know my
I
answer.
told Cardinal was he ain't getting in. High five to him. I'm not gonna waste my vote. No disrespect. I want Biden out of there. I do. Period.
But it looks like it's going that way because so many
Let them
people are
stay.
on
Let
Trump.
them stay. Let them stay, and let them finish destroying the country because you're not black. Let them stay. That's why I don't even. I don't block my enemy from Facebook or whatever. Let them stay because some of these people in America need to see what they did, and they keep voting. And those people that we see on there, they need to see what they're doing. Let them stay.
Some of them are saying it. You see, the stars are now coming out saying they're not going to vote for Biden. The
Mhm.
celebrities.
And then they get
Mhm.
knocked for that. Then they get knocked and criticized. Fuck cares what you think.
Mhm.
I ain't doing it. Who cares?
Let them stay.
Fuck out of here. No, he can't stay.
I'm
He can't stay.
sorry.
He's too.
That's what they get. They're gonna get what they asked for.
No, I didn't ask for it. I'm not gonna be no casualty. No, get his ass out of there. Get him
Mhm.
out of there. He's nursing home bound anyways. And Kamala Harris for me is a bigger problem than Joe Biden at this
Yep.
point. That whole cackling, I'm not gonna do anything. What do you mean doing anything for black people? I mean, you would go out of your way
And
not to do
she
anything for
told
black people.
them.
She told you, cackling and shit. What do you mean? Just for black people? What do you mean?
I'm not
No.
doing anything for black people.
Rolling that head,
And when
neck, and
you
eyes and
ask them,
shit. Yeah.
when they ask Biden about black people, all the immigrants helped build this country. Let them get what they asked for. You think I'm gonna keep begging? You think I'm gonna keep begging a whole bunch of shucking and jiving people to
Ain't nobody
realize?
begging you. Do what you're told. Nobody got to beg you. We can show you right. Do what you're told. With your broke ass, your broke mindset, your broke spirit, your broke finances, just broke as hell. Do what you're told. Or stop complaining. Just go ahead and put them shackles on your feet, and just throw that key as far as you can. Shackle your little black ass up to a dungeon wall, and just throw that key so you can't get a hold of
I
it.
don't know what happened. I got a phone call and it knocked me off. But yeah, who's gonna keep begging people to think for themselves and just look at the truth. You can look at America and see something is wrong. Every time we Democrat,
You breaking up, Queen.
Your audio went out.
Okay. So we're gonna
And
wait
I
for
have
Queen.
wind. I'll be back in a second.
So yeah, I think we're so controversial and we stay in our feelings all the time. We're so emotional. Emotions don't pay bills. Emotions don't bring success. You know what I'm saying? Like Tina Turner said, what's love got to do with it? Not a damn thing. I love you enough to get the hell away from you. I love you enough
Yeah.
to be accountable. I hold you enough to stick around. Whatever that is. Love me, guys should do nothing. Okay, at the end of the day, nothing's ever about money or finances for me or material things for me. But those are things that have become a necessity to thrive. And until we can get back to a barter system, which is not difficult at all. Our pride gets in the way, but I don't understand the difficulty. Why is it that there's a handful of people that have all the wealth? Who is it? Elon Musk. He has enough money where if he invested in helping everybody in the United States, he'd still be a damn billionaire. So why don't you?
Because he wanted for himself.
But we allow that though. We allow that. Where the hell you going in a spaceship up 15 minutes out of the atmosphere when you ain't got a damn driver's license? Like, come on now. You ain't got a car.
Let him go.
Come on now.
Let him
Our
go.
priorities are messed up. So I don't give a shit about no man. Who is this man? I don't mind having conversations. Let's do this thing. It's about self. You're not gonna stop me. You're not gonna tell me what I can and can't do. Period. Point blank. I'll move how I want to move. I do what I want to do, and I get favor and blessings, and that's just the way it is. And there's no altering and changing from that. We have to have that mindset. I don't care about no black politicians because white politicians tell us that they get into that shit and they come around and they're like, hold on, they gave me some money, a little bit of money, trying to do the right thing, trying to help. And now they're trying to have you do weird stuff on these islands, do weird stuff with drugs and alcohol, do weird stuff on video. And the white dude said, no, that shit was too weird for me. Money, throwing money everywhere. Throw money. You can have. You can keep that shit.
Doing something strange for a little change.
Change. That's what it is. Change.
It was popular to just sell yourself out, sell your body out, do everything for popularity. So, a lot of people are reaping what they sow, especially Diddy.
Yeah. So with that, let me ask you a question. When it comes to Donald Trump, so the whole situation is with this payout for Stormy Daniels. So I was looking up earlier. So with prostitution, it's illegal because it is deemed as demoralizing.
Why is Stormy Daniels not going to jail for prostitution, but yet she's able to sue Trump
It's
and
not.
get money?
It's not
Exactly.
illegal.
And it's like I'm just sick of our so-called justice system. Why is she not going to jail with Trump, but she gets to be a whore, and then she gets to go around, and then she gets to get Trump to pay her for a hush money because she was a whore who sold her coochie cat. So explain to me, why is she not going to jail? Why are we not looking at charges for prostitution?
Because it's not
She's the
prostitution.
victim.
It is pornography, and under the legal legalities with pornography, it is a form of freedom of speech. I just looked it up. It's a
But I
freedom of
thought,
speech.
is it pornography or it was hush money because she was supposed to be sleeping with him? I thought this was a
Okay,
hush
so
money
hold on.
trial.
Is it hush money? So let me ask you a question. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not about to
And how
tell
she
you
take
run
hush
down.
money and then she gets to be the victim though. She took the money. If I'm not
Who took the
mistaken,
money?
then she
The
take the money.
whore. Because in her head, because she didn't ask for the money. Because I was thinking it was extortion or blackmail, but she didn't ask for the money. She
But
just
she
said that she
took
was
the
going to
money
oust him.
because she was doing some prostitution. It wasn't pictures. She was doing, wasn't her and Trump sleeping together? Is that what the hush money is?
Right, but so you ain't ousted nobody else you slept with. If that's war. So what's your angle? He should have been like, yeah, bitch, I'm keeping my money. Go run and tell that. Bitch, I didn't run and tell that. Because she would have sued him if he hadn't paid her as a whore. You see what I'm saying? You did. Come on now. Y'all folks on the wrong thing. You're trying to do weird shit to discredit this man. But he turned around, they sued him for all this money. And he turned around and started a shoe company. And so that shit to pay off his legal fees. Made millions of dollars in days. On a shoe company.
Don't forget the Bible too. He sold the Bible, and don't forget his mugshot.
Priceless. Priceless.
They forget he's a businessman. Anything for a buck.
I mean, I think for me, his money, like you can't control him because you can't buy him. That's why he gets my vote. You can't buy him. Suck a what? Do a what? Nah. Pay somebody else to do that. Nah.
That's true.
You know, I don't get it. And we're so distracted with things. And the Democratic Party does really well with that. They're so divisive, from racism to abortion to gender to sexuality. That's all them.
Yep. Because all President Obama gave us was the right to go to the bathroom with men in dresses. Because the only person that threat is women. There's never been a man like there. How many men have filed rape charges? None.
Not many.
So the men
Out of control.
and so he took a serious situation of domestic and rape that women deal with, and he expounded it. Look at all these women in prison. They don't talk about that becoming pregnant, and then they have to ship the so-called transgender man back out for the states that do that. Have y'all heard about those
Yep.
cases?
I heard about
It's always men though. Have any of you seen a woman trying to play on a man's team? You ain't seen that shit.
No, because at the end of the day, these women know that they're not men. That's why they're not
Exactly.
bombarding the men to get in their dressing room. You don't see none of these transgender women saying, I want the right to take off my clothes and dress in front of other men. They ain't that stupid. You don't see them running around saying, I want to play sports with men because I'm a man.
No, because
exactly.
You're gonna get laid out on that field.
Most of the trouble you have is these men that are saying that they're women, and the most trouble that we're getting is these men that say they're women doing all kinds of stuff. They're the ones that's the only people fighting to get into another person's gender space are men.
And why though? The LGBT community brings in so much money. Why don't you all?
The LGBT community should be ashamed. If you really who you are, the LGBT community would be looking at it. But most of them don't even know because you got most of these women who claim that they're men. They turn around next thing you know, they're having a whole baby.
Exactly.
No. That's not true. That's not true. What I've seen is most of them start out having kids, and then all of a sudden you look at the WNBA.
No. Look at the brat. Look at the brat. There's a lot of women who have took these hormones looking just like men because they say they men with a full beard and they're walking around with big belly.
Big stomach.
Ask them why though. Ask them why. I think it's weird. For me, if I was gonna deal with a female, I need you look like a badass bitch, like a hot ass female. Not like
that's why you got LGBTQ queen because of that. But because LGBTQ is the women who look like a man but don't like women, and they like the man that look like a woman, and it's all confusing. So let's give a hand clap to the Democratic Party for letting us get all of this BS.
Ask them why they don't like men, though. Ask them why. I bet you most of them been abused and they're
But look
men
at it.
haters.
You have most of these people who are running around talking about they're a man, they're a woman, and they're a couple, and they have babies naturally. And then the woman, only thing the difference is you're dressed like a man and he's dressed like a woman. And when y'all go home, y'all are a man and a woman having a kid together.
They're ridiculous.
So the
It's ridiculous.
Democratic Party is just delusional as their leader. Why? I think
Isn't
no.
that what Brittany Griner's going through right now? Having a baby?
What's she going through? Mm.
Who?
The man dressed like a woman, woman dressed like a man, and they having a baby.
Hmm.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of couples. All you got to do is look them up on TikTok. I look at this couple. Yeah, the woman is the man, and the man is the woman, and they love each other. And next thing you know, because they're queer, I guess that's what the Q is for queer and LGBTQ plus. And now
And
you
queer
turn
stands for
around,
weird as fuck. You're weird as fuck.
and,
You're confused as fuck.
and now you turn around, and they're having a baby, but yet they're dressing up. So you got to wake up every day. Your period comes on, and you have a child, and your child is looking at you pretending to be a man. And I guess kids can be fairies and tooth fairies and stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous.
All
They're
right, Quinn. I
grown
tell you what.
people.
You go to work tomorrow and you dress up as a goddamn tooth fairy, and somebody's going to get you like you're batshit
They
crazy.
swear that I'm crazy. Oh, she's walking around crazy. But yet there's
But your
men
kids are
walking
doing that
around
shit, and
with
it's
dresses
it's the
on with
law.
full balls, sitting in women locker rooms staring. That's why Planet Fitness lost their um Planet Fitness lost a lot of people because they were allowing the transgenders to saying that men who identify as women can go in the women's dressing room. How does nobody see
Hold
that
on,
that is a problem?
hold on. Here's my thing. If you're so hell bent on that, then why don't you spend your gay money? And I'm not trying to bash anybody, but spend your LGBT money and build your own damn bathroom. They have family bathrooms that you can use.
They just need
They,
a separate bathroom and let all of them go in together. Don't call us and tell us you got raped by a man if he's a woman.
They don't want that. I don't know why.
Because
fucking
it's
weird
mostly
ass.
men. They don't want it because it's mostly men who want to use the opportunity to go bother women and little girls. That's all
I
it
think
is.
most of them want to be want acceptance and privilege. Fuck out of here. Y'all can build. You
Acceptance
can,
in what?
there's enough of
Most of
them that
them,
have their. There's enough of them. You can build your own teams.
and
All
look at
y'all.
most of the
All,
men in sports. They're running around because they can't compete with other men, so they pretend to be women and they come in and taking over women's sports so that they can win medals and stuff. You seen Venus Williams? Wasn't it her that walked away from the tennis match and said she was not going to play another man in tennis
but
the
then
other
she's
day?
wrong. She's wrong. She's not accepting. She's homophobic. I'm here to tell y'all right now. You ain't scared no damn man in no dress. You're not
But they
scared.
have pretended that the U.S. government has gotten away with pretending and lying to the public so long and making the people, especially us as black people, making the people think that their problem is black people who get food stamps and not the Democrats who are sending all our money overseas to other countries and making rules and letting these corporations run rampant and buy up all the land and stuff. No, so they have been so used to pretending so long that they feel like let's take this play life to another level.
They love that. I ain't here for it. I'm not.
And
I'm
then
not.
look at it. You got these people that we're talking about, the reason of this conversation, these young millennials talking about I'm not voting Democrat because they're doing genocide. They're killing people in another country. They got us so busy looking out the window of our house, looking at our neighbors while our house is burning down. We're looking out a window frame. The black house has been burned down to shreds because of the laws and everything that has been passed by Democrats, the people who have filled the Democratic seat. And we're looking at an empty a window frame and saying, hey, somebody send help. The neighbor's house on fire.
What about
The
me?
Israelites, hey, someone send help. Africa is on fire. Hey, we're looking out a window while our house is burned down.
That's crazy.
We ain't in a
Another
burning house no
thing.
more. The house is burned.
uh,
You sitting back in the recliner smoking a cigarette. Like,
Another reason why people don't want to deal with Trump is that he said there are only two genders.
Hmm. They know what they were doing, and now they getting all these immigrants to come in, and now they want to pass laws because they thought everybody was going to go with it. They want to pass laws so that the immigrants can vote because they're trying to get rid of the black vote, and black people are too stupid to see that your vote is important. That's why they keep playing games every year. Every election year, they play games, and we walk away with nothing, and we only walk away with more stereotypes even though
Well,
we've invented everything,
they
even though
shut
we're
that
being
down.
killed,
They shut that
they
down, but the reason
we
why
keep
they're putting them in the black communities is so the electoral college can get more votes.
yeah. Why we don't even know how do they elect the electoral college? That's what we need to do a video on that. How who are the people in the electoral college? Do we just think, oh, they just the electoral college vote like it's some machine? No, there are people that's elected. And these are the people that's elected. These are the people picking the president. We keep playing this. I'm gonna vote, and we're gonna do this, and there's so many votes here. No, it's the electoral college. Who picks them? Who picks these people that does the finalization of who's going to get the point? See, that's why they don't want Trump because Trump. When you listen to Trump, you have to go down through the electoral college. You got to go through everything and see all the corruption down the line. The electoral college is picked. So then the people who are picking the electoral college people are the people who are doing gerrymandering so they can get more black people to be in this area, more white people to be in this area. Then that way you could flip, hey, they're gonna vote predominantly Republican. They always have. How do you know this? So it's like the voting is a game that black people need to stop playing and just demand qualified immunity gone. The police keep killing us. Okay, they don't want police reform. You say we need police. Take away qualified immunity, and we'll see how many of these fake cops drop out of the police unit when they're held responsible for their actions.
Exactly.
It's like we haven't got any. We haven't. Nothing has happened, and I'm tired of our black people marching and this and that and doing everything. Oh, um, the police are killing us. We're gonna march here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna feed this family. We're gonna do... No, those are just remedies. Those are bandages on the problem. When are we gonna face the problem that nobody is listening? First of all, if we ain't gonna have police reform, everybody, every black activist, everybody needs to be doing what? Telling the U.S. government to take police off of qualified immunity because when the police infiltrated the government through the Democrats and everything else, they made sure that they added police to qualified immunity. Government officials are added. Why is there special treatment for government officials when the whole world knows our whole government is corrupt? And they keep giving themselves more and more and more leeway to be more corrupt. And everybody is fussing about the symptoms of this sickness of America instead of trying to get to the root of the disease.
the pandemic. It's not a disease, it's a damn epidemic.
Exactly.
That's what I think at this point we have to be true to ourselves. We have to know where we stand, what we want and what we don't want. There are a lot of people, a lot of
Hmm.
black people. It is a struggle, it's a fight, it's a strive to be to be a voice, to be a leader, and there's no reward behind it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I want some results. I don't care about you naming the street after me if you shoot me down dead. You know, that don't solve
Yeah.
nothing.
They
So
got George Floyd
whoever
Boulevard. They got Martin Luther King
whatever,
Boulevard. They got all
yeah,
these dead people
So
names that we
street,
riding down the street.
we
Making
got
my
a
way
street, no
downtown.
bill.
right, making a way
Yeah.
downtown.
Downtown
You
looking at all the black people who've been shot down.
That's so silly.
Heavy sigh.
that's what it is. It's very individualized, and you have to find yourself and be
Like
true to yourself,
da-da-da-da.
and know that it's not just about you. So what are you doing? What part are you playing? So I don't think Martin Luther King ever thought that his name was going to be going down in history. Malcolm X, none of that. But it's what it is. But they were martyred. They were murdered. It's not martyred. They were murdered, by the people that we keep voting for. The CIA has nothing to do with the United States government. They're their own entity, and they don't give a
We don't
shit.
know how the government works and how the people decided when they couldn't get us back in slavery, they decided to infiltrate the government and use the biggest tool they would ever. This is this thing. They thought, hey, we ain't gotta have slavery. We just control this, and we don't understand. And then everything was okay when everybody was doing it, and then when white people started benefiting, it was okay until now. It's hitting on. They're not. It's knocking on their door called karma. Like, hey, like they say, when you dig one ditch, dig two. Because now when y'all sat back and turned your backs on the injustices happening on black people, now these cops, now we're in a world where it's not really black or white. Black people still get the blunt of the of the of the of the blows, but now it's affecting white, black, and everybody else. America is hated by the world.
We're a
And the
joke
rich
to the
people,
world. We're a joke.
yeah, like China said, look, the roads are coming down. Look at the bridge that crashed. And then the people who built the bridge or whoever owned the bridge, they got an insurance policy. They still digging bodies out. But what those families who died gonna get? They're gonna have to sue for years. People gonna pass. And after a while, nobody thinks about the people that collapsed in the bridge. Remember the Chinese president said nobody is taking American jobs. America just doesn't take care of their own people and their own infrastructure. Ever
We
since they
don't.
ever since yep. And they don't. Look at the bridge collapse. Just go on like it ain't nothing. How does a whole bridge collapse? Look at the before the bridge collapsed. What about the condos that collapsed and killed all those people? You know, when is America going to be held responsible for being just America? A whole corrupt system of rich people who don't care and they only want us to get more rich. They only want to get, how rich can you get? These people are dying. They have billions and billions of money that they'll never spend to be left. Look at Jeff Bezos and the rest of the people who buying up the farmland and buying up land. And then we sitting around, they making money by giving us sales that's generated as food. We can't even get real food. Why? There's enough farmland to raise enough. We were doing fine all these years. Ever since God made the planet, we were okay. There's enough food for everybody. It's the greed of America, and that greed and that disease has seeped into every other country. And to think that black people in America is supposed to save a whole continent full of black people when they got every black president, a continent called Africa, is stupid. We keep talking about send money, send food. Why don't y'all get yourselves together and create a government and take care of your own people?
Period.
It's just ridiculous. They somebody know the jobs over there, build them over here. Well, how did America get built up? Y'all don't have nothing anyway, so why don't y'all work for free to build stuff that you got? Stop selling off your resources. It's because of leadership, just like the Democratic leadership over here.
It's not leadership. That's dictatorship, not leadership. Dictatorship.
Yup. I told them a long time ago, this is a communist country. We don't
We
want
did.
nothing.
We did a video. We did a recording a little while ago, and I remember posting something that said, it was like a post or whatever, and it said, you know, the United States government owes, like you in debt, you do. I had somebody on TikTok, and they were like, I had so many views on TikTok with this, and they were like, no, the government doesn't owe us anything. This is the greatest country in the world. They don't owe us anything, and if
The
somebody's thinking that
government owe
they're
every
criminal,
American
you
citizen
know,
everything.
I wasn't gonna go back and forth. Anybody that want to do that was there. I wasn't gonna go back and forth with somebody ignorant. I don't care what color you are, what race, creed, whatever you are. You
Mm-hmm.
don't think this government's whack as hell? It might be the better than, but the shit still ain't right. Stop being
Mm-mm.
oblivious to the truth.
But that's
You
what they've been
know,
raised on. American government has educated everybody to forget the truth, ignore the truth, be self-centered, etc.
If that's where you are, please do not like, share, or subscribe. Please just click off. Otherwise,
No,
please
like,
like, share, and subscribe. It's so frustrating. It's so
yeah,
frustrating.
but I think our 30-minute talk on this Democrat has turned into an hour or so. So I think it's time for us to wrap it up. It ain't much that you can say about it, but face the truth. Look at the numbers. See who's benefiting off of all this.
Right.
Most people don't want to because they don't know how to research. They don't know where to start.
They can start with continue to clean the swamp.
Yeah, I have people arguing Biden didn't write a crime bill. Well, he said it a many a times he did, and he's glad he did. So the truth is so mixed up because people don't read books no more. They get the stuff off of the internet, and some 9 times out of 10 you're gonna run into something fake. You turn around, the internet allows to say this star died. Did you not see that on Facebook? Do y'all not be seeing it? Rest in peace to this person, and the person's
Mhm.
not even dead. They
Yeah.
put people in jail for other stuff, but they won't. They can't never find who doing other stuff, but they always can find what happened 100 years ago on their cold case file. But they can't never find. They found Bin Laden in a mountain somewhere. They can find everything else, but they can't find nothing else. They can't find who's putting all this fake stuff out. It's never against the law to put out fake news unless you putting out something that they don't like. You know, it's
That's why I said I
ridiculous.
know Queen Lynn she said what she said about China or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm a rock with TikTok. They have I understand with TikTok, they don't show the same. It's not the same algorithm in China as it
Because
is
why
here.
would you? Ain't nobody in America concerned about education for real. Why China
Exactly.
kids, if you get education in America, tell them you better change TikTok or sell it. That just shows the privilege and the mindset. So you telling another country that they need to sell their app and they need to sell it to y'all because data breaches. But yet we see all the time all these corporations in America. Oh, your data was breached. We're going to give you a free credit report, credit monitoring.
Every
Right.
other month it happened. Every other month.
Yeah, it's about control. U.S. can't
hmm
control the information that's being put out there.
hmm
The lies are coming back to haunt them.
What China need to do is stop being on the racist stuff and let everybody who tell the truth let the truth come out instead of saying, "Oh, this goes against community guidelines." So it's a catch-22. That's why it's called karma. Karma is walking in everybody's doors in America, and the rest of these people better get ready.
I agree.
And they don't care. They're storing up food. They don't care about people. They're killing us all. And what do you see them making all the day? Robots. They don't care. They think that robots are going to save them. Well, if because you think if everybody dies, well, who's going to serve them? They don't care. They're preparing robots. They will sleep with a doll. They have sex toys to fill their sexual needs. They have machines, artificial insemination to make kids. They want these rich people are sitting around wanting to live forever. There was even a time where rich people were freezing themselves, cryogenics, to freeze themselves so that they could be woke up later.
And that's
you
more
know,
important to them than leaving a legacy. You see, that's more important to them. Their
hmm
domination. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's crazy. Oprah Winfrey, she don't have no kids. She can't leave nothing to nobody.
And she's not helping out one thing. Not black people. All they do is, Oprah, you ain't entertaining. You better shut up and entertain. Oprah don't care.
And that's why we want
All
you
our
all to
grandparents
subscribe
and
to
great
us.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Hmm
So definitely subscribe to the United Empires of Akibalon. Um, we back what we say. We're boots on the ground. Nobody's perfect. And for me, I don't have time for you to be picking apart shit. If you have something to say about me, you have questions, we can keep it real because there's so much
hmm
confusion and nonsense. It is what it is. Like, where is your mindset? What is your problem? What's your issue?
hmm
Why don't you want better? if you don't have a solution or something better than what we're presenting, which is basic. We're doing basic stuff, just common sense stuff. Like, so what do you want? You can email it. What do you want? But we don't
Shout
have
out to Curly Girl that follows us when we hear
girl.
if she hear the replay. Curly Girl donated us some goats.
Curly girl
Yay!
rocks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have to go get them, and she's gonna be really, really rocking with the Empire of Akiblan more and more. So
That's
Yes,
what's
I'm
up.
raising it so that we can
That's
get some
beautiful.
goats. I asked her, did she want us to pay? She said nope. And so, shout out to the people who get it and the people who see the vision and the people who help. Because the day that we be where we're gonna be, there's a lot of people that's gonna wish that they would have did more.
Let them wish.
I was gonna say, let them wish, click your little heels together. Your ass is still in them never land. So whatever. You're in Oz, wherever you are, you're not in reality. So keep clicking. And Godspeed to you. you know.
Yes.
So
So I'm gonna get out of here, ladies, because I'm cleaning up, and it was a nice conversation. Hope that we learned something from it. Power to the people. Peace.
indeed.
Love
All
you.
right, you all have a good night.
This was wonderful.
It was. So yeah, you all please like, share, and subscribe, support, and all that jazz. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Good night.
Good night.